Please tell.
The pain is much better. It's not.
No, I don't want pain to be better, pain to be less. So is it better on the upper side or the lower side?
Lower side. I mean lower side.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
See, it is the same thing. You can do it yourself also. You can just see how I am doing it. Because for all the people will not be able to do it. So just taking few test cases and trying to show how to help yourself. No? One thing is that acupressure is a non-invasive therapy, and more than helping yourself, you should try and reach out and help other people around also in your society. I was running an industry, and we had some marketing people, and all the marketing people, we had taught them how to do acupressure. So whenever they used to go and visit the clients or the shops where they had to go, they used to just sit, and if anybody had any health problem, any customer or even the owner or their family, they used to help them by doing the acupressure points. And the direct and the indirect benefit of that was they were being welcomed to their homes very frequently, and automatically their business also improved much better because they were helping, and in turn they became like a family to the people. No? No pain, no gain. No? You can just see how you feel.
Superman!
Thank you. Okay, we'll take the lady. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. See, I could have just gone on repeating whatever I have said and going on with making the presentation. But the reason of showing it practically over here is, I just want to have the enforcement of what I am saying, that this is workable and it works instantly. It is just a small minimum treatment what we are doing, and immediately it is showing the result. But if it is done on a continuous basis, you can imagine that what will be the effect of this, and it can give a permanent, everlasting cure. Okay. Left. Even if it is left leg only, we have to do on both the hands, no? Left as well as right, no?
Right hand.
Huh.
Side face is here.
Yes, on the sides.
On the sides.
On the,
Here and here.
yes, on both the sides you have to press at the first knuckle, as it has been shown in the
Where
chart.
to where?
From ear to ear.
Oh,
That's it.
only. Both the hands.
Both the hands. Whatever we do has to be on both the hands, left as well as right.
Thank you. Daily time, sir?
3 times a day, morning, afternoon and night, and each time you press the point, you have to press it 8 times. No?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. How is he feeling?
Light.
You can tell in whatever language how you feel. No?
வலி கொஞ்சம் குறைவா இருக்கு.
Okay, thank you. Knee joint problem is one of the simplest of the problems that can be cured with acupressure. And we have got more than 800 cases where people were suggested for knee replacement surgery. With acupressure, within a month, more than 95% cases, we could make them normal, able to sit on the floor and do all the normal activities, and they are living a normal life. It is not required to do the surgery for knee replacement or knee-related problems. Acupressure itself has got enough energy that can be utilized for curing and living a normal life. There are more number of points which are shown over here. That is just for the information, but the main important points that can be done is from the hand, which can help to cure. But in case of complex knee joint related problems, there are a number of points which are there, which are pertaining to each different meridian, or we call as different lines of energy flowing through the body, and from there we can connect it and cure any type of knee joint problems. Any type of joint pains connecting to the hands can be also seen, how the shoulder, arms are also connected, legs are also connected. This gives the complete picture of the legs as to how the thighs, calf muscle and the ankle and the feet are connected, the locations. A person who is always smiling doesn't mean that he has no problems. Instead, the smile shows that he has the ability to overcome all the problems. Do you agree? The whole purpose of this wellness conference is to create the ability within you to and empower you to deal with any situations and always be smiling. That is the main purpose, underlying purpose of the wellness conference. Oxygen. Like water, oxygen is also available free in abundant quantity. But whatever is available free, we do not value. Breathing correctly is the key to the better fitness, muscular strength, stamina and athletic endurance. Because oxygen helps to support the energy to the muscles. Our lungs has got the capacity to store and process up to 3000 cc of oxygen. But because of our multitasking, because of our busy lifestyle, we have forgotten how to breathe. We do not have time to breathe, and we are utilizing just 1/5 capacity of our lungs. And because of that, there is lack of energy to the lungs, causing weakness to the lungs, and in turn, inviting asthma. One of the causes of asthma, as we have seen, is also associated to the emotional stress, but asthma is also associated to the weakness of the lungs, and the lungs weakness can lead to skin related problems, eczema, psoriasis, all are associated with the weakness of the lungs. How is skin related problems associated with the lungs? Lungs processes the oxygen, stores and recycles, and from there it comes to the blood, and from blood it comes to the skin. Any area where the wear and tear is more of the skin, especially at the joints, say every movement we make, at the joints the wear and tear is more, the skin requires more of oxygen. But whenever there is lack of oxygen within our system, within our body, that is the area that starts becoming dry. And slowly and gradually that area starts becoming psoriatic. And there is a certain times there can be bleeding, dryness of the skin, patches, pigmentation, all that is connected to the weakness of the lungs. How can we treat asthma? Asthma is very easily curable, and at times we get cases who have been even visiting Hyderabad for the fish therapy, where thousands and thousands of people go on a particular day for the fish therapy, and it is renowned to cure asthma since last hundreds of years. But there are some people who do not even have the cure after trying the fish therapy. And when we treat them with acupressure points, they get relieved. At times we get such chronic cases where a person has to move with a small oxygen cylinder carrying over there and a pipe connecting to the nose, and they cannot walk for up to 1 or 2 furlongs also. They become breathless, they have to sit down, or they have to use the oxygen, rest for some time, use the oxygen and move forward. Such difficult cases can be also cured with acupressure. What is acupressure is? It is just releasing the energy blockage from within your system and streamlining it. The points which are shown over here, they are very effective pressure points, but the most important point in case of asthma attack or people who suffer from acute asthma is the point on the chest over here. When you press this point on the chest, this is like immediately activating the lungs, and 60 to 70% of people, when they press this point, they'll have slight pain, because we are all abusing our lungs, not giving enough energy to the lungs. And this point, if it is pressed for the children who suffer from bronchial infection, chest congestion, for them also this can be useful for curing bronchial infection. Asthma is curable. There is a breathing exercise which can be done, which is a process by itself. Time permitting, we'll take it up. Accumulation of toxins in the body and the mind diminishes a person's strength. Detoxify them is the key to relieving emotional stress. You have to empower yourself to detox. High blood pressure. What is high blood pressure? Why does a person suffer from high blood pressure? High blood pressure is associated to mental stress. And whenever there is a mental stress, we have seen that it causes acidity and indigestion. And whatever the food intake we take, it creates undigested fat. And that undigested fat gets settled in the arteries, and when there is a deposit in the arteries, the heart has to pump more for maintaining the energy levels, and that is what causes high blood pressure. For high blood pressure, the root cause is cholesterol and mental stress. For controlling cholesterol, there are a lot of medicines available. But the home remedy for controlling high blood pressure is supari, betel nut. The betel nut which is there, the white betel nut, not the roasted one, the raw betel nut, is a blood thinner. Betel nut is a blood thinner, and that is why in olden days, our elders, they used to have supari after meals. That helps in improving digestion, it helps in thinning the blood, and that can also prevent cholesterol. So this can be tried as a home remedy. The pressure points for curing high blood pressure are the pressure points on the hand. Please look at only the hand chart, don't refer to the other charts. The hand chart, it shows the pressure points on the sides over here, and these are the points which can be useful for curing high blood pressure over a period of time. Even when we are treating high blood pressure, you should not stop medication immediately, because when the medicines are already being taken, they contain beta blockers. And suddenly if you stop any high blood pressure medicine, that can be more harmful, and any high blood pressure medicine that is there, that needs to be gradually withdrawn once you start acupressure and your high blood pressure starts coming under control. It cannot be stopped overnight. One more thing is, your body has its own sense of protection and immunity. Whatever the medications that you take, if you take it continuously for over a period of time, your body resistance system will not accept that medicine. It develops immunity. So once in 3 years, you should try and change the formulation of the medicine or take that medicine of a different company. That applies more for high blood pressure, because for high blood pressure and for diabetes, people are put on lifelong medication. And when you are on lifelong medication, you should try and change the medication once in 3 years in consultation with the doctor to be more effective. Otherwise, you are going to just go on increasing the dosages of the medicines. It is important to note this. For high blood pressure and for cholesterol, methi seeds can be useful. 8 to 10 seeds every day morning, that can help to reduce the high blood pressure and cholesterol. And raw supari is also very good for the blood thinner, which can be chewed after the meals. Heart attack. What are the symptoms of a heart attack? People who have heart related problem, or they know about it, what are the symptoms of the heart attack. But people who have attack for the first time, they always feel that they are healthy and they will remain healthy. And because of that, they always ignore the symptoms. Whenever there is a breathlessness feeling, pain in the right hand or the left hand, perspiration, they associate it to be indigestion and gastric problem. So what are the symptoms by which you can identify whether it is a heart attack or a gastric problem? In case if it is a gastric problem, what you need to do is, you can just press the point on the center of your arm. On the center of the arm, when you press the point, if it is a gastric problem, immediately there will be a gas that will be passing out from when you press these points. That is associated to any type of gastric problem when you press this. But when there is no pain over here, then you should try and go to the left hand side little finger, left hand side little finger, below the nail, press on all the 3 sides. When you press on all the 3 sides, and if there is a pain over there, that is indicative of heart related problem. And now when a person has a heart attack, at that moment of time when you press this point, the person will literally scream with pain. That much is the intensity of the pain that can be there at that time. And this point is also a preventive point which people can practice after the age of 40 to prevent any type of heart related problem. And whenever you feel that any person has got a heart attack, as you are taking the person to the hospital, please start doing this point. This is as good as a cardiac massage, and you can be able to save a person's life. There is no better joy than trying to reach out to the people and save somebody's life. It has got a different satisfaction altogether. And you are the people who are traveling. You are the people who are in contact with a lot of people in the society, in the community. You can spread this message, and in turn, directly or indirectly, you are helping to save many people's life. This is the point which we have shown on the left hand side, little finger. This point, if it is done at the time of heart attack, this is a life-saving point, and on a regular basis, even after the age of 40, 45, if this point is done, this can help to improve the muscular condition of the heart and improve the condition of the heart, prevent heart-related ailments. People who have already gone through surgeries, they can also do this point. This will be useful. There is no better exercise for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up and bring them to the mainstream of the society and keeping them alive. Stroke, paralysis stroke. How do we identify a stroke? Again, because of the ignorance of the people, many a times we try to keep postponing things and not get adequate attention in time, we feel that it must be just a headache or it must be just a nauseatic feeling, vomiting feeling. That is why the person is not feeling well and is complaining about the giddiness and the head related problem. At times, even when there is a stroke, we do not know what to do, what is the preventive care to be taken as we are taking the person to the hospital. But to identify a stroke, the first thing is that you should ask a person to repeat a sentence what you have spoken. And when a person has suffered a stroke, his speech will not be as clear as it was, and there will be a slight slur in his speech. It will not be very clear. With one symptom, we cannot conclude. So the second symptom is tongue. You ask the person to roll the tongue out and take it up to the lips. In normal conditions, we can hold it up to the lips and keep it. But when a person has a stroke, that time he will not be able to hold it and the tongue will roll out on either side. On either side it can roll out, and that indicates that there is a possible stroke. If the tongue has rolled out on the left side, then the clot is on the right hand side of the brain and vice versa. And the third test can be to ask the person to raise the hands. Today we can raise the hands and stand in this position in normal times. But whenever a person has a stroke, hand will fall off. He will not be able to keep the balance. And that is why we find that when a person who has a paralysis stroke, one side of the body is affected. So with this, we can identify and rush the patient to the hospital, because the first 4 hours are very, very crucial for getting the medical help and the attention. What are the pressure points that can be done in such a case? The thumb is connected to the brain and the head region. We have seen the pressure point should be done on the entire front of the thumb, which controls the brain, pituitary, pineal, mental and head nerves. So this entire thumb should be pressed and activated as you are taking the person to the hospital.